as the daughter of an immigrant having an Arabic face, I had to face a lot of racism and discrimination. And at some point I felt like I cannot stay in France and I cannot stay ignorant about my roots and about my origins and about what does it mean to be an Arab and who are these Arabs I'm supposed to be. You know, being a woman and living in Egypt alone and playing music and having a life where you live alone in your flat and you have friends, musicians, male musicians coming to your home to play music was super hard because Egyptian society is very conservative. So I learned a lot in Egypt, but at the same time, it was a very hard experience. You know, for me, music is a healing practice and a spiritual practice, and both are related. This world is too hard. This world is too violent, is too unfair, is too unjust. We need to fight, but sometimes we're so tired we cannot fight anymore. We need shelters, we need places to recover, and my music is that place.
Hey, welcome to another episode of the Art Center NYU podcast. My name is Mikey Mhenna. Today on this series, I have Naïssam Jalal, who is a virtuosic flautist and prolific composer who has played all over the world and is performing at NYU soon. Welcome to the series. Kifik.
Hello, shukran.
So let's start with your connection to Arabic music.
All right.
You grew up in Paris. How did you decide to learn music? Did you grow up in a musical family? Is that how you sort of entered into this world?
No, actually, my family are painters. They are artists, but visual arts. And they love music. And they wanted me to learn music. So they took me to the conservatoire in Paris to learn the flute. They asked me, what do you want to learn? And I loved the flute. So I said, I want to learn flute. And for many years, I was having these classes of Western classical music at the conservatoire. And when I used to hear Arabic music from my parents, in the car when my dad took us to school, for example, he would listen to Fayrouz or Kulthum or any one of these amazing singers. And for me, it was super hard to listen to because I was taught that anything which is not tone and half tone is wrong. So there is microtonality in Arabic music and maqamat. And so I was like, Dad, can't you hear that they are not singing right? And yeah, because I was learning, the Western classical music, the scales of Western classical, which is
the standard like solfège.
Yeah. So for me, it was wrong, absolutely wrong. And when I was 17, I was not feeling like I would like to be a musician because I felt I had never played music for all these years at the conservatoire. Because I was always playing a music which is not mine. I was playing the music that someone dead has written very many years ago,
Yeah.
So first time I played improvisation, then I knew that I could express with music some things I would never be able to express with words. And it was so powerful as an experience. So I decided that, okay, I will do nothing else than music in my life. It was really like there was before and there was my whole life after that, it was really decided for my life. And then we live in France in a very racist society. which is less violent than the US.
Always less violent?
Yeah, I think there is less people dying from the cops because they are Black or Arabic than in the US. Still, it happens. But I think it's less violent. Yeah, it's really less violent. I can tell because once I was crossing the street with a Black American friend of mine, and he was afraid that we are crossing not on the right place. He was afraid that maybe one white guy would take advantage of the situation to shoot him with the car. And I was like, that's super violent. I was super surprised because it would never cross my mind. So I understood that day that, okay, we are facing a lot of racism, but the level of violence is not the same. But still, as the daughter of an immigrant, as having an Arabic face, and so I had to face a lot of racism and discriminations. And at some point, I felt like I cannot stay in France, and I cannot stay ignorant about my roots and about my origins and about what does it mean to be an Arab and who are these Arabs I'm supposed to be part of them. Though I didn't speak any Arabic or anything. And so I decided to go to Damascus to learn at the Great Institute of Arabic Music in Damascus. But I didn't spend too long there. Because actually what happens that in France, we are not used to being under surveillance. Well, France is not a perfect democracy, but it's not a dictatorship. Yeah. So Syria was super dictatorship. It was at the time of Bashar al-Assad, and I was doing nothing. I was just talking to people in the street to learn Arabic, to try my Arabic, and learning Nai and trying to find some audio cassettes to listen to new music, So I was doing nothing political. Yeah. But I was always under the surveillance of the mukhabarat. So I could not stand this situation. So after 3 months, I decided I will not return to Syria, and I went to Egypt. So I lived in Egypt for 3 years. And I learned Arabic actually in Egypt. When I came back from Egypt, my mom, she was super surprised because she felt I was talking like the musalsalat. She's
yeah, exactly. They're like,
it was super weird for her. But she never taught me Arabic when I was a kid. Yeah. So I learned in Egypt with the Egyptian accent.
What years were those?
That was from 2003 to 2006.
Yeah. Okay, so
before the revolution.
Yeah, Mubarak's Egypt.
Mubarak's Egypt.
Okay.
Yeah, so there I met many amazing musicians, and I played with them and did many bands, and it was super nice, and I had fun. And also I met Abdo Dagher, Ustaz Abdo Dagher, who is one of the greatest violin players in the Arabic history, Arabic music history. And he was super amazing as a musician, and he was super amazing as a human being, because every day we would go there with the guys and the students and stay at his home and learn from him and do everything as he's teaching us. But he never asked any money for all this teaching and all this legacy. And this was so precious, really.
Can we go back? I want to go back to 2006. So you
Yeah.
leave Egypt. Tell me about some of the other artists that you met then, younger artists, older artists that you started working with and collaborating with.
So there was an amazing man I met there. His name is Fathi Salama, and he's a great artist. And I was not learning with him, I was playing with him. And first time I met him, someone gave me his number. Like, I was staying in a coffee shop, and the guys, they said, how are you? Who are you? Where are you coming from? What are you doing here? I was like, I'm a flute player and I want to meet musicians.
Yeah. It's funny seeing his photos, right?
I love Fathi so much. Really, this guy, he's amazing. So
what do you love about him so much?
Because he's a nice human being. He's very generous too.
Yeah.
And he has been very generous with me. These two people, Abdo Dagher and Fathi Salama, they are both very, very different. And they play very different music, and they are not at the same place at all inside the aesthetics. But both of them were so generous with me, and I have learned many things from them. So Fathi Salama, how did I met him? So I called him, they gave me his number, and I have never heard about him. I didn't know he has won the Grammy Awards and he's very famous. I didn't know him at all. So I called him, I said, hey Fathi, I am a flute player and I'm coming from Paris and I would like to meet musicians. Would you like to play a session with me? And he said, yes, of course, come to my home. And I thought he was a young guy, like me, I didn't know he was a master, So I went to his home and I found out this is Fathi Salama, But still, I didn't know who he was. So he played on piano and he went from one aesthetic to another, trying me. How can I play in this genre and how can I play in this scale and blah, blah. And at the end of the session, he said, hey, it was nice. What are you doing tomorrow? I was so happy. I said, tomorrow I can come back, we play more. He said, no, tomorrow I have a concert at the Opera House in Cairo. You come, you play with me.
Wow.
So the day after, I just met him. I was with him on the stage of the Opera House.
Crazy.
And I met amazing musicians with him because he knew everyone and he has young people and old people in his band, plus all the young musicians from Cairo. They would come and attend his concert. So I met a lot of musicians. So then I decided I will stay in Egypt because all the musicians, I was like, you must stay. We need you in our band. And so that's how I stayed 3 years in Cairo.
Who were some of those musicians? I mean, the reason why I'm asking is because those early years, the names of people in your bio that you worked with in those early 2006 years are so cool. Like Reyes Bek and all these. I mean,
this was before I met Reyes Bek. Before Reyes Bek,
okay,
yeah.
So who else did you meet during those years? Because I want to see how it influenced
I met Mohammed
you now.
Sami. Mohammed Sami was like a brother to me. We spent a lot of time, very beautiful time. He's a violinist, Mohammed Sami. And Fadi Badr, he plays keyboards and Qanun. I met Ahmad Omar, Bob and Mizo, who were part of a band, was very famous at that time, named West El Balad. There was a lot of musicians I met, and we did a band named Dor Al Awal together.
Cool.
So yeah, it was very nice days and years.
In that time, were you? If I asked you, hey, what kind of music do you play? Mostly, like, what kind of music do you perform on stage? Would you have said maqam, traditional Arabic music? Would you have said I study jazz and I play jazz, mostly Arabic jazz? Like, what would you have said?
At that time, I was not composing. I was just playing.
Yeah.
So whenever we play with the Fathi, I would play Fathi's compositions.
Yeah.
When I play with the guys of Dur al-Awwal, everyone was coming with ideas. But I was very young, you know. I went there, I was 19. I was super young. So, yeah. So they were telling, like, I was not saying what we are playing because it was not my music. I was just playing, you know.
Can I play one of these clips from Istez Abdo Dagher's house?
Yes.
Okay, because I think this is so cool. Okay, I'm going to stop here. If you're listening to this on the podcast, you're not watching on YouTube, you can go on YouTube and find this. It's so cool. It's like a time travel.
Yeah, definitely. I miss him so much.
How do you feel when you're watching this? Like, how does it make you feel?
Weird, actually. This was like another life.
Yeah.
But Abdo Dagher was someone very, very generous. Really, he was amazing. And a few years later, when I came back to France, I was, being a woman and living in Egypt alone and playing music and having a life where you live alone in your flat and you have friends, musicians, male musicians coming to your home to play music was super hard because Egyptian society is very conservative. So it was very hard. So when I came back to France, I was hurt a lot. So I learned a lot in Egypt, but at the same time, it was a very hard experience. So then for 11 years, I didn't want to hear anything anymore about Egypt. And when I met Abdo Dagher in France, I decided I will record an album about my Egyptian years. So I began to compose, and this album is named Al Agaib. It was out in 2019. I composed a piece named Abdo. And it's a tribute to Abdo Dagher and to his legacy and his teaching and all his generosity. So I went to Egypt and I told him, Abdo, I have this composition, I have this project of album, and I would love, and I would be honored to have you on this album, on this track especially, because this is a tribute to you. The piece is named Abdo. He said, okay, let me hear the melody and let me hear the composition. So in the composition, I had made his style. It was a tribute, so I was really playing his style and composing his style in the composition. So when he heard it, because it's like him, the music is like him. So he said, إيه ده؟ بقيتي مؤلفة جامدة جدا. He told me, now you are a great composer, because I was imitating his style. So he was super happy and proud of me. So he said, okay, I will play it with you. So he recorded with us.
Let's listen to just a bit of this. Amazing. It's like a full circle moment.
Yeah, it was so amazing to have him, really. I love him so much.
In those, obviously a big part of the community that you were a part of in those years wasn't just playing that style of music as well. Who were some of the other artists that you were working with and other styles that you were experimenting with and exploring?
In Egypt?
Not only in Egypt. I mean, you were going back and forth. You were...
No, I was really staying in Egypt. Then when I came back to France, then I began to really play with other musicians. When I was in Egypt, I was either learning classical Arabic music with Abdo Dagher, either I was playing these compositions of Dur al-Awwal and traditional Egyptian music, but rearranged in a jazz or, modern kind of arrangements. Then I came back to France, and there I met Reisbeck. What happened? I was supposed to play with Reisbeck and meet him in 2006, in July 2006. And I was leaving Egypt. And my friend Fathi Salama called me on the phone. He said, Naïssam, you should not go to Lebanon because the Israeli people, they are saying they will hit Lebanon. I was like, no, there is no such thing. I'm going to Lebanon. And when I was in the plane, the war began.
Crazy.
And then we were very close to Damascus. So the plane landed in Damascus. So I haven't met Reisbeck. I was supposed to have a concert with him, في الرملة. So then I went back to France and I met Reisbeck when he came to France. And then we began to work together. I worked with him a lot. And I loved hip hop because I have this culture as in France, in the suburbs of Paris, we have a lot of hip hop culture. So I was raised with this culture. So it was very nice. Then I went to Lebanon in 2008 to work with a Palestinian band from Lebanon named Katibe Khamse. And I worked many years with them also. So I worked a lot with hip hop, Arabic hip hop, especially Lebanese and Palestinian hip hop in Lebanon and in France. And in 2011 was the time where I decided to do my own band with my own compositions. Actually, I have begun to play my compositions with a friend of mine named Jan Pitar that came to learn with Abdo Dagher in Egypt years before. And we did a duet named Nunya. And we toured in Syria and in Lebanon and in Tunisia, many places. It was super nice. But I had the project to do something bigger, with more musicians and more orchestration, not only duet. So I did my first band under my name, named Rhythms of Resistance in 2011.
Yeah.
And that was the true beginning of my career as a composer in France.
So maybe let's use this we can play Buleria as a kind of the beginning of that, if that's okay. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Actually, Buleria is the third album. It was released in 2021. So 10 years after.
10 years later. So
but it's the same band.
Okay, yeah, let's start there.
Yeah,
And
first
then,
album was Uslub Hayati. There was a track on Beirut that speaks about Beirut. And it's, I think, a beautiful video clip, images
Okay.
from Beirut that I filmed in that time. And second album was
It's called Beirut, right?
Beirut, yes, Beirut.
I think, okay, we can start with this one. I have it open. I'm going to stop here. It's online. If people are interested, Rhythms of Resistance, Beirut. How do you feel watching this?
I feel very bad.
How come?
I feel very bad because there is many images I have shooted in Abd al-Noor, Shara Abd al-Noor.
Yeah.
And I know there is no more. Any of these buildings I have filmed are no longer. So it's very bad.
Okay, let's continue. I wish I could spend like 3 hours talking to you, but I'm going to continue. So now we're in, in the 2020s.
Yes, second album of this band was named Al-Mot wal al-Mazalle, and it was a tribute to Syrian revolution. I had a lot of, I did a lot of things in France trying to make people hear Syrian will for freedom and dignity. And then I did other albums with other bands. And then I came back to Rhythms of Resistance in 2021. And Buleria Sarkhat al-Ard is part of this album in 2021. And it's about Earth.
Yeah.
The scream of Earth. And how actually all the bad things we're doing to human beings and all the bad things we are doing to the being and to the earth are the same, actually.
Yeah.
So that's how we did this clip.
Okay, let's listen to a little bit of it. This is incredibly beautiful and so powerful.
Thank
Where
you.
did you film this? Where did you write this?
In France.
This is filmed in France as well?
Yeah, it's filmed in France and it was written in France. Actually, I really settled back in France in 2014. So it was really in France that I did this. Yeah, and this album actually is a double album. There is a part with the quintet, Rhythms of Resistance, and there is the second CD, is my quintet plus a symphonic orchestra. So if people want to
really, really beautiful. What emotion do you feel when you're watching this?
I feel I'm the girl I did this clip with. We shoot together and we directed the film, this thing together. She's my really good friend, And this was our first collaboration. So when I was looking at the footage at the beginning, I was remembering that it was the beginning of our friendship, and it was our first work together. So I was happy. But now, of course, because at the beginning of the clip, we are talking about Earth, the way Earth is beautiful, and then the more we go into the clip, the more we see how human beings destroy Earth, and how Earth is screaming. So the image is going to be harder and harder.
Yeah.
And at some point, we used some images from Russian army's propaganda.
Wow.
They were showing how much their weapons are so powerful, and to show and to make publicity and to make promotion of their weapons, they filmed Homs, the city of Homs. And the images are super hardcore. So we used a lot of archives from the news TV, you know.
Yeah.
And some archives from Russian army also. Yeah.
Okay. Just because we are running short on time, I'm going to move on.
Yeah, please.
There's 3 other ones that I wanted to play. I'll see if you're still up for them. There's Ma'diya. We spoke a lot about Egypt, but
we have spoken about this.
maybe we'll skip this one and
Yeah.
we'll do we'll play Tears in Delhi's Fog. So
Right.
tell me a little bit about this clip.
Okay, so for the last 6 years, I decided to study Hindustani music. So Hindustani music is the classical music of North India. And so I wanted to create an album inspired by Hindustani music, because I listened to Hindustani music for many, many, many years, but I had never the chance to go there. And then I had a residency here in France with people telling me that they will fund my travels if I want to go to India to explore Hindustani music, which was very precious. So I said, okay. And then I went there. So I spent many months traveling there. I began studies here in France with Indian musicians living in Paris. Then I went the first time 1 month. It was just after COVID. Then 1 year later, I spent again 2 months. Then again, I went there, and I spent many, many months traveling alone all across northern India. And I came back with landscapes. So the compositions I did for this album are all landscapes, and I named them Landscapes of Eternity. That's the name of the new album.
A lot of your music is like very inspired by place and is like visual. It's like cinematic almost.
Yeah, you are right. Yes, I think I think I have a deep relationship. But especially in Hindustani music, at the heart of Hindustani music, there is a relationship between music, spirituality, and nature. Because Hindustani music at the beginning is devotional music.
Yeah.
And they used to express their devotion by expressing nature, because nature is the place where the divine is revealed. So there is a very big connection inside Hindustani music with the landscapes, actually, with the nature. Yeah. So that's why it made sense for me also to create landscapes.
So, cool.
So there is 5 landscapes in the rice fields at dawn, soft rain on a silent river, tears in Delhi's fog, bath of forgiveness in the moonlight, and inner landscape in Rakafi. So Tears in Delhi's fog is one of these landscapes, and it's the first landscape I have composed after my first travel there.
What poetic titles. How beautiful.
Thank
Gorgeous. Yeah, let's listen to this. It's a 12-minute track, so again, I encourage people to go check it out. It's absolutely stunning. It's a stupid, simple question, but how do you feel about singing in this type of setting?
Well, I begin to sing a few years ago, but I really begin to practice vocals every day, very seriously, while studying Hindustani classical music. I had a why?
Yeah, like what encouraged you? What sort of inspired you to
feel very good when I sing?
Beautiful.
I feel very good. I think, for me, music is a healing practice. Is a healing practice and a spiritual practice, and both are related. Like, because it's a spiritual practice, it's healing me. This world is too hard. This world is too violent. It's too unfair. It's too unjust, and we need to fight. But sometimes we're so tired, we cannot fight anymore. We need shelters, we need places to recover. And my music is that place. So my music is like a prayer. My music is a devotional expression. And at the same time, it's a healing process. So whatever I feel is making me feel better, I do it. If it's
Amazing.
playing flute, I play flute. If it's singing, I sing. But I just want to do it right, so I practice. That's all.
Amazing. Okay, let's listen to the last one, which is off your latest album that just came off a few weeks ago. Talk to me a little bit about Landscapes of Eternity.
Yeah, so this landscape is an inner landscape, and it's a prayer. And it's the first time I have a whole track with no flute, only singing. So it's very new for me, and it's very special. It's a prayer, and I say to my heart, praise the divine and pray.
Amazing. Okay, let's listen.
My heart, praise the divine and pray. My heart, praise the divine and pray. My heart prays, my heart prays, divine praise.
I have to ask you what you're feeling watching this.
I enjoy looking at these images because all these things I have filmed in India. It reminds me all my travels, and I spend a lot of very sweet and powerful time there. It was very deep moments of my life, traveling alone in these places and just, it was like if I floated, really. I spent months floating in India. And when I see these images, super nice memories. Yeah, I feel again.
Amazing. Can I ask you, how come you chose to sing this in English?
Maybe because in India I used to speak English. So
yeah,
so I think that's why. But actually French language, I feel it's so cheesy when I sing it. I don't, it's my language, it's my first language is French. But I don't know how come whenever I try to put a melody on a French sentence, I'm like, oh wow, that's so cheesy.
Yeah.
So I never sing in French. And usually I don't put any words when I'm singing. So I had 2 songs where I had words. First one was on my album Quest of the Invisible in 2019. It was a prayer also. And it was named Prayer. And I used to say, Ah, ya Allah, ihmini min nafsi. That was the lyrics.
Yeah.
It was in Arabic. And that's the second one where I put some lyrics and it's in English. It came like this because I spent so many months speaking in English when I was in India. So
yeah, makes sense. Well, I hope people go check out this the album.
Yeah, plus I think the quality of the sound is not so good when you are looking with the here.
We will add the sound properly.
Oh, nice! Thank you so much.
We'll add the sound properly. I'm entranced by your music. It's so healing and so powerful, and
Thank you.
Really, really entranced by it. Are you playing it? Are you going to be playing in Abu Dhabi, or no? That happened already, صح?
No, we had to go and play.
Yeah.
And on the day where I was traveling to Abu Dhabi, when I arrived around Turkey, I was in the plane. They said, okay, the United States begin to bomb Iran, so we are going to go back to Paris. So I came back home after 10 hours of travel. And it was the second time in my life I am just, like contouring Israeli bombing, First time was in 2006, and this time, and I was, at the same time, I was super grateful that I'm safe and home. And at the same time, I was so angry, because there is so many people that have not this chance to just, go back home.
Yeah.
And I was super angry, really. I don't know when this will end, really. I don't know.
But people can go check out your music online, and hopefully you'll be able to perform at the Art Center soon. Thanks so much, Anja. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Allah يخليك. شكرا كتير.